Let's go Broncos! The mood is heated behind the scenes, and we have some important things to pass on to you. We know the Denver Broncos are facing a pivotal moment this offseason that could define their offensive success for years to come. Coach Sean Payton has already taken a bold step by securing Bo Nix with the 12th overall pick. But the job isn't done. There's one more piece to the puzzle, finding the next great Broncos running back. And here's the thing. This is no ordinary draft decision. This is the move that could elevate the Broncos offense from promising to dominant. Before I tell you what's going on, make sure you've hit the like button, but only do that if you're a true Denver Broncos fan. If possible, write something like this: Go Broncos! My heart bleeds orange and blue. Well, let's get to it. Payton has a history of identifying and developing elite running backs. He's done it before with Reggie Bush and Alvin Kamara, and now he's looking to do it again. If history tells us anything, it's that Payton knows exactly what he's looking for in a backfield leader. And now, all signs point to the Broncos using their first-round pick, number 20 overall, to get his guy. But who will it be? There's a name circulating more than any other in Broncos circles: Ashton Jeanty. If you've been paying attention, you know that Jeanty isn't just another good running back. He's potentially the running back of this draft class. The analytics back it up. His ability to fight through tackles, break away from defenders, and make people miss in space is unmatched. And here's the kicker. If the Cowboys pass on him, the Broncos need to trade up and get him. No hesitation. Payton has found value in later rounds before, but with Jeanty, this is a once-in-a-decade type of talent. Now, let's break this down. When you watch Jeanty play, you see a player who does everything well. He bulldozes through defenders and makes them miss with elite footwork. His lateral agility and balance through contact put him in a class of his own. We haven't seen a 40-yard dash time from him yet, but the tape doesn't lie. This guy is electric. His speed and vision make him the perfect fit for Payton's offense. If Jeanty is available, the Broncos cannot afford to let him slip away. But what if Jeanty is off the board? That's where things get interesting. There are a handful of other names the Broncos could target in the first round, and one of them is Omarion Hampton. He's a different kind of runner, more of a power back, a guy who finishes through contact and wears down defenses over the course of a game. He reminds some people of Javonte Williams in his college days. And here's the thing. If Williams had never suffered that devastating injury, the Broncos might not even be in this position. Would they still be searching for their next bell cow running back? Mel Kiper's big board has Hampton listed as a top option, and some analysts even have him as their number 1 running back in the class. If the Broncos land him at 20, no one should be surprised. He has the size, the power, and the breakaway ability to be a difference maker. But there's one potential concern. He played a lot out of the shotgun in college. That's not necessarily a deal breaker, but it does raise the question: how does he fit into Payton's offense? Payton historically prefers running backs who can thrive in an under-center system, so Hampton's transition to the pros might require some adjustments. Then there's Caleb Johnson, another intriguing option. He played in a tough Big Ten conference where he was often the focal point of Iowa's offense. And let's be honest, Iowa's offense wasn't exactly lighting up scoreboards. Johnson had to create a lot on his own, and that's a skill that translates well to the NFL. But is he worth the number 20 pick? That's up for debate. If the Broncos go with him in the first round, some might argue it's a reach. He's talented, no doubt, but is he that guy? And what about Tre'Veyon Henderson? The Ohio State product comes with a national championship pedigree and has been the centerpiece of a high-powered offense. He's also got a reputation as a high-character player, someone who can step in and provide immediate leadership. One thing the Broncos will have to consider is pass protection. With Javonte Williams leaving, they need a running back who can pick up blitzes and protect Bo Nix in crucial moments. Henderson has shown flashes of that ability, but is he the long-term answer? Now, let's throw one more wrinkle into the mix. What if Payton's plan isn't to take a running back in the first round at all? What if he has his sights set on a different move, one that no one sees coming? Could the Broncos sign free agent J.K. Dobbins and address the position later in the draft? It's a possibility, and one that can't be ruled out. Whatever happens, one thing is certain: Sean Payton has a plan. And if history has taught us anything, it's that when Payton has a vision, he finds a way to execute it. Broncos country, this is the decision that will shape the offense for years to come. The question is, who do you want? Should the Broncos go all in on Jeanty? Is Hampton the safer pick? Or should they take a completely different approach? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, because this debate is just getting started. One thing we have to acknowledge right now is that the entire league knows what the Broncos are planning. This isn't some secret operation. The Broncos' interest in running backs has been well documented, and when you look at the list of prospects they've met with, it's obvious. Sean Payton is going to draft a running back, and he might do it earlier than some people expect. The biggest question, though, is whether Payton is willing to be aggressive. If Ashton Jeanty is as special as many believe, then waiting around at pick number 20 could be a mistake. If the Cowboys pass on him, the Broncos must move up. You don't take chances when there's a game changer on the board. The analytics show Jeanty is elite, his film confirms it, and his skill set fits exactly what Payton wants in a running back. The only way Denver could mess this up is by being passive. But let's be realistic, there's always the possibility that another team jumps in ahead of them. If Jeanty is gone, what does Plan B look like? This is where the strategy gets interesting. Do the Broncos stay at 20 and take someone like Amari and Hampton, who brings a completely different skill set? Or do they trade back, acquire more picks, and grab a running back in the second round? There's a case to be made for waiting. After all, Payton found Alvin Kamara in the third round. Maybe he believes he can do it again. But let's not kid ourselves, Kamara was a rare find. Expecting to hit on another mid-round superstar is risky business. And then there's the wild card in all of this, J.K. Dobbins. If the Broncos truly believe they can sign him, that changes everything. Dobbins is still out there, still a free agent, and still a player who, when healthy, can be an explosive weapon. But that's the issue, when healthy. Do the Broncos really want to bank on a player who has struggled to stay on the field? Or is it smarter to just draft a young running back and build for the future? One thing is clear, Sean Payton has a plan. He always does. The way he handled the Bo Nix pick should tell us everything we need to know. The media had no idea what he was thinking. The fan base had no idea what he was thinking. And then, on draft night, he made his move. Expect the same approach with the running back position. Payton isn't just going to take a player because the fans or the media want him to. He's going to take his guy. And that's where this conversation gets really interesting. What if Payton's guy isn't Jeanty? What if it's not Hampton or Johnson or Henderson? What if he sees something in a player that no one else does? That's exactly what happened with Bo Nix. No one expected that pick until it actually happened. So don't be surprised if Payton goes off the board again. The reality is, the Broncos are at a turning point. They have their quarterback. They're building an offense that can compete. But they still need the running back to bring it all together. And in just a few weeks, we'll find out who that is. So now, Broncos country, I want to hear from you. Should Denver be aggressive and go all in for Jeanty? Should they play it safe and wait for a running back in the later rounds? Or do you believe Payton has one more surprise up his sleeve? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. This is one of the biggest decisions of the offseason, and I want to know where you stand. And let's not forget, this decision isn't just about talent. It's about fit. Payton's offense thrives with a dynamic back who can be a threat in both the running and passing game. That's why a player like Jeanty makes so much sense. But if Denver goes a different route, they need someone who can handle pass protection, run between the tackles, and break off explosive plays. This pick will define the Broncos' offense for years. So, who do you trust to carry the load?